Power Rankings. Caitlin Clark is back and the Fever are surging. The shake-up fans have been waiting for. There is no longer a single undefeated team in the WNBA this season. Minnesota ended up losing a game on the road against Seattle, and just a few days later, New York lost their first game in Caitlin Clark's first game back from injury. While both teams are still strongly on their own on the top of the rankings, it seems other teams are itching to make it a closer fight. So, with the undefeated saga now over, where do these teams stand now? The Liberty take the top spot because they lost to a team closer to them, barely, in the standings and are just so good. They lost 102-88 to a full-strength Indiana Fever without two of their starters. Jonquel Jones is hurt and Leonie Febick is away at Eurobasket, and were close the entire game until the fourth quarter. It was an incredible game, but these teams can be judged more accurately when both sides are at full strength and healthy, and hopefully that's the case next time they meet, because if that game was any indication, they'll be good games. The Lynx hang at the top of the WNBA standings because they've played one more game than the Liberty, but lost earlier last week. In a road game against Minnesota, the Lynx fell 96-84 thanks to a clutch Erica Wheeler play. There is a microscopic gap between number 1 and number 2 on this list, and really it came down to one, the opponent each team lost to in 2, my general feeling watching these teams play. Still hoping we get this 1-2 matchup in the Commissioner's Cup. Maybe the 5-5 record makes you slightly confused as to how the Fever shot up in the standings, but anyone who watched them beat the New York Liberty over the weekend understands. This team, especially with a healthy Caitlin Clark, is the third best team in the league. They can shoot the lights out, proved by Clark's 32 points in the team's win against the Liberty. It will be interesting to see how they continue to perform this week with Clark back in the lineup. The Atlanta Dream have somewhat quietly shot to the third-best record in the league, helped along by Alisha Gray, who should be getting more MVP love. Gray is averaging a career-high 21.0 points per game, shooting 51.4% from the field. The Dream's schedule has been a little light to start the season, but they still have wins against Indiana, twice, and Seattle. The Dream are also second in the league behind New York in three-pointers made per game, 10.2, and first in the league for rebounds per game, 38.6. They also have the lowest turnover rate per game in the league, only allowing 13.0 per game. Beating one of the top teams in the league, for the first time all season, gives you the edge in rankings. Seattle has the potential to continue to rise in rankings, but they sometimes go cold offensively, which can lead to losses in games they could have won. Still, a career season for Gabby Williams as well as an efficient Skylar Diggins and a tough Nneka Ogwumike make this team fiery, and Erica Wheeler has been fantastic for this team this season. Kahlia Copper is back and in perfect timing for the Mercury to hold their top 4 spot in the standings ahead of the All-Star break. The Mercury are absolutely shocking the league with their team of undrafted and international players, all of which are playing their hearts out for Phoenix. You'd think after losing players like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner that the Mercury would need time to readjust. But they're in it this season. Yeah, you're seeing that right. The newest team in the WNBA are on a 3-game winning streak this week, having beat the LA Sparks, Seattle Storm, and Las Vegas Aces. They beat the Aces 95-68 as well, and while the other 2 games were closer, it's still impressive. There were no expectations for the Valkyries this season given they are brand new, but this team of underdogs has been incredible to watch, especially at home. The Las Vegas Aces are currently grasping onto their spot in the playoffs, sitting at 7th in the WNBA standings and not looking all that good on the court. Their superstar, 3-time MVP Aya Wilson, has missed the team's last 2 games with a concussion she sustained in the team's games against the LA Sparks as well, and her health is crucial to the success of this team. With their number 2 option in Jewel Lloyd currently averaging just 11 points per game right now, they need Wilson. Yet, is it sustainable to rely on one player that much? We will see. The young team with explosive rookies aren't winning every game, but they also don't look awful either. It's an important year for the Mystics to make some choices regarding their future, and not having the pressure of needing to win makes it easier for these young players to really show off their talents and play free. Kiki Iriafen is averaging 13.8 points, 9.3 rebounds so far, with Sonia Citron nearly even at 13.4 points per game. The Sparks are intriguing, as they've won games against teams like Las Vegas, but also usually come out on the losing end of close games. They've also been hit early on with the injury bug, with number 1 option Kelsey Plum now being added to that list with a knee injury. Chicago won another game. It's been rough for the Sky after losing Courtney Vandersloot, followed by some interesting comments by their general manager Jeff Pagliacca last week. Still, a win is a win, and hopefully, Chicago can find a way to make use of their young stars in Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso while also gathering a few wins. Unfortunately for the Sky, Cardoso is heading out to Chile in a few weeks to compete with Team Brazil in the AmeriCup tournament. Rebuilding is rough, as fans of some teams will know. Some high points include rookie Sonia Rivers leading the team in steals per game, 1.5, while averaging 7.1 points per game for the Sun. With this extra time to develop her game, Rivers will gain essential game experience that will help in her career, which is really exciting for the young player. Dallas was served another bit of rough news this week, as Maddie Siegrist was diagnosed with a fractured tibia bone, sidelining her indefinitely. This comes after Ty Harris was ruled out for the rest of the season. Nothing seems to be going well in Dallas this season, except, of course, Paige Buchers. The number 1 overall pick is averaging 17.4 points per game, along with 6.1 assists and 4.5 rebounds, and shooting 41.7% from 3. While Dallas struggles on every front, their rookie seems to be the lone bright spot. Assists and 4.5 rebounds, and shooting 41.7% from 3. While Dallas struggles on every front, their rookie seems to be the lone bright spot.